Uh, yeah. Um, yeah, so this is going to be a rant, but I want to talk about a couple of subjects, just a few subjects. But first things first, I do this for me, for venting purposes, and if you don't like it, please get the fuck off my channel. I'm not doing this for praise nor accolades. Now, back to the subject at hand. I want to talk about a few things on this rant. But the first thing I want to talk about is bullying. People that likes to bully others. Nowadays you got adults bullying adults. And for the adults that are bullies, they haven't matured past their teenage years or their young adult years when they was in college or whatever. But they definitely have an immature mindset, thinking that they could push their weight around. And to people like that, they need a wake-up call. Now, people want to say that karma is real, but I beg to differ. Karma is not real. It's best to get your revenge right then and there. It's best to get your vengeance. Maybe not your revenge right then and there, but you have to plan things out. But make sure you get that person. Make sure you get make sure that you get payback. Make sure that you get your payback, your get back from the people or the person that did you wrong. Because if you don't, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. It's best to plan things out, but make sure you hit that person real hard to the point that they won't ever do it to you nor nobody else again. But make sure you plan things out, though. But yeah. And also too, when it comes to bullying, when it comes to my bullies, I would like to say thank you, because it made me realize who's real and who's not. And back when I was in grade school, it made me realize that a lot of these motherfuckers that was around me were fake as hell, and I'm glad they're not around me. I'm really glad, because I realized, man, me living as a black man in America is like they want straightforward thinking young men to adopt and adapt to this hood backwards ghetto lifestyle. And that's not going to work, because I realize, man, the world is so much bigger than the hoods and the ghettos. Because when you venture out into different races of neighborhoods, into different neighborhoods from other cultures and ethnicities and nationalities, you begin to realize that, hey, what they do is totally opposite of what I'm used to in the hood, and it's more balanced. And once you travel outside of the States, you really begin to see and understand other people's cultures. But you have to always remember to keep an open mind when it comes to these cultures and these nationalities, because every culture is different. But it's up to you to keep an open mind and for the most part, be respectful. Always be respectful to other people's culture. You really do. Always show respect and always keep an open mind. Whether you're in a different neighborhood or different community in the United States, or when you're traveling to overseas, always be respectful. But yeah, man, going back to my bullies, it just lets me know who's real and who's not. It made me realize that most of the motherfuckers that was around me, they were fake as hell. They were phony. And I knew that, they didn't, I would be real with you. Even though it's the past, I just want to reflect on it just a little bit. They didn't like me because I was different and I didn't give a damn. It's because I didn't adapt to the hood lifestyle. And I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to because it's counterproductive. The hood lifestyle, the ghetto lifestyle is counterproductive. And if you want to make it out into this world, you cannot be counterproductive by adapting to the hood lifestyle. So you have to be a forward thinking black man. You must have a what's that? A king's mentality. You must have a third dimension. You must become a third dimensional thinker in all your ways. And for the most part, as a man, you have to develop masculine traits within you in order for you to not only lead yourself, but also your family. So I always believed in those things, you know. But but back to my bullies, man, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for all for what you've done for me. Really, man. I really like to thank my bullies because it taught me to not only to stand up for myself, but to have a strong spirit. And it also taught me one thing too, because they also told me that sometimes it's best to walk away. I realize, man, sometimes in life it takes strength to walk the fuck away. Because you ain't got time to go to jail, go to court. You know what I'm saying? You don't have time to pay for doctor bills or your own bill or other people's doctor bills and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got time to go to the hospital and all that because of what a motherfucker has to say about you. Sometimes you just gotta let motherfuckers just talk and you just, get on out the way. You know what I'm saying? It's best to walk away, man, because if you listen, as a black man, especially when you have something going for yourself, if you have something to lose, man, it's best to walk away. There's no sense of you of just continuing on to the point that not only that person lose their life or your life, or you might go to jail for the rest of your life, all because of somebody's arrogance and ignorance. Sometimes it's just best to walk away, man. Real talk. Real talk. But if that person put their hands on you, then you have every right to defend yourself. Plain and simple. But for the most part, man, just walk away from them jokers, man. You know what I'm saying? They can say whatever they want. As long as they don't touch you, you're fine. Just move on, man. People, people are so, like nowadays, people are so fucking ballsy. They have guts to challenge people knowing damn well they're in the wrong. They want to challenge a motherfucker just because they think they can. But you ever wonder why society is so fucked up? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mike Tyson said this. I can't remember every word he said, but he said that social media nowadays just made people much more comfortable to say slick shit in your face, but they forgot about how it feels to get punched in the motherfucking face. I say that is so true. You know what I'm saying? People forgot people forgot how it feels to get punched in the nose or in the jaw because you say a lot of slick shit for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking out of turn, just being disrespectful for no fucking reason. Listen, the people of yesteryear, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, way, like over 100 years ago, there was no such thing as social media. And you couldn't go around disrespecting people in front of their faces or try to touch them any other type of way. Because back in the day, especially those real men, they will fight you. And you know what? When it comes to their jobs, when they get into a certain argument or altercation or argument at their jobs, after they shift, they go outside and they duke it out. That's how real men used to do it. So they don't just cuss and ramble on YouTube. They don't just cuss and ramble on social media. They wait until their shift is over. After their shift is over, they go outside and they duke it up. They duke it out, plain and simple. But these motherfuckers nowadays, man, they don't understand that shit. See, it's all about gunplay with them. But back in those days, man, over 100 years ago, it was all about that fist fight. It was true. It was all about that fist fight. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They believe that real men fight with their hands, which is true. Not with no gun. Anybody can shoot a gun, but not too many people can actually duke up and fight for their lives. But overall, what I'm trying to say is that, man, you know what? When it comes to these bullies out here, I would like to say thank you for helping me build a stronger spirit. Because, it just, I understand that bullying is wrong. It really is wrong. But I would like to say thanks to my bullies because they developed me to have a much more thicker skin when it comes to dealing with people in society. So I would like to say thank y'all. But at the same time, y'all can still go to hell. But overall, I would like to say thank y'all, Real talk. And the reason why, and also too, the reason why I say y'all can still go to hell, because I'm gonna be real with you. The same bullies, most of them, not all of them now, but most of those people that used to bully me, guess what? They still the same. After all these years, they are still the same people, still doing the same old bullshit. It's just that they're more secretive about it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're older doesn't mean that your mindset hasn't changed. You know what I'm saying? Just because they know how to hide it better doesn't mean that they're still a good person. You know what I'm saying? There's an old quote. There's an old hip hop quote by Jay-Z, and it starts something like this: "You pay for school, but you can't buy class." I say it again to all those bullies out there: you pay for school, but you can't buy class, and that is so true. Because I'm just saying, man, a lot of these motherfuckers that got money, they tend to be bullies, but deep down, they can't buy class because they don't have the character to do so. And plus, they was not raised in that type of environment. You know, that rich, affluent background, they was never raised in that type of environment. And, you know, the middle class or upper middle class neighborhoods, they was never raised like that. They was raised in the hoods, the slums, the ghettos. But somehow they managed to get their money up and in some ways change their lives for the better. But like they said before, like Jay-Z said it best: you pay for school and you can't buy class. You can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. Plain and simple. And you know what I'm saying? You can see, and also you can pretend all you want to by being a so-called level-headed human being, but deep down you still got that ghetto in you, and you cannot get away with that. Sooner or later it's going to pop up. And once your ghetto-ness begins to show out, all the people that's in your neighborhood, in your so-called suburban nice neighborhood, they're gonna stop dealing with you. They are going to stop dealing with you because they realize that you're just like the other niggas in the slums and the ghettos. And also too, man, you know, when it comes to these bullies out here that got money and all that shit, man, beware. Beware of what you say and do. And also beware of the company that you keep. I'm gonna be real with you, man. This might sound fucked up, but I'm gonna keep it real. You think that your friends on your side, they're not on your side. Especially when it comes to the Caucasian race. Those white folks, those white people, you think that those white people are on your side. They're not on your side, man. Those white folks are not on your side. They may pretend to be on your side because you're doing good, making money, but deep down, they're not at your side, man. A lot of those white people are not on your side, man. When it comes to protecting and preserving their race, they will do that. They will get on code and protect their own race. I mean, sure, they might talk to you here and there and all that stuff, but when it comes to the preservation of their own race, they will protect their own by any means necessary because they have a code. They have a code of conduct within their peoples. But when it comes to blacks do not have a code of conduct. We do. That's because we don't have a culture. That's why blacks will always be at the bottom of the totem pole, because we do not have a strong culture. Better yet, we don't have a culture at all. And you wonder why other races of people are laughing at us, because we lack culture. It ain't about the money. It's the culture. Because once you establish a strong culture, that's when the money will start to pour into our own communities. Because once we start to pour in our own money and our own communities, that's when we'll see a change. That's when we'll start to see changes. But that's all I got to say about that, man. You know, that's all I got to say. So, yeah, man. So I thank you so much and have a good day.